Hello, everyone. We are welcome back to another interesting moment with home builder Ngozi Grace Ezigwe. Today we are looking at lessons for couple. And what is that lesson? Uncover, discover, cover up. If you wouldn't mind, please join me to do this. Uncover, discover, cover up. This is a lesson for couples. Once a husband and a wife are naked to each other, there is nothing hidden again. The next thing is to begin to discover themselves, whom they really are in the actual sense. And when we discover, we are meant to cover up whatever we have seen in our spouse. Jacob, in the book of Genesis, chapter 29, was a clear example of what we are talking about today. The Bible let us know that he served Laban for 7 years for the Rachel she loved. And on the wedding night, at that wedding night, Laban gave a wife to him. And after their wedding, that night, the next day, when he looked carefully, he saw that it was Leah instead of Rachel that he loved. He lamented bitterly. Then Laban said, "You have to serve for another 7 years." Now, dear couple, we have finished the wedding, we have started living, and we have discovered so many things in our spouse. More especially our weaknesses, which we could not discover when we were at distance, either during the courtship and before the wedding proper, before we now began to live together. Each new day, we discover more things. We discover our strengths, the area your spouse are so good, and we discover equally our weaknesses. But one funny thing is that we don't focus on the good areas we discovered. We measure only on the weaknesses, and this irritates us so much. And that's the reason why so many couples could not be patient enough to apply this teaching to cover up again. Instead, they expose their spouse to their moms, to their dad, to their friends, and before you know it, what's supposed to be confidential between them now becomes public news all over. He that must love must cross the ocean. And when you're crossing the ocean, you have to lose sight. You have to lose sight of the magnitude of the ocean before you can be able to navigate through. If you discover the weaknesses, there are tips that will help you to cover up again. Because this is your man, your share among the whole men in the world. That's your own share by God as your husband. And this is your woman among the whole ladies in the world. That's your own share from God. And therefore, these are the things that will help you to cover up again. Number one, you have to know that no one is perfect. You as a husband that have discovered, and you as a wife that have discovered the weaknesses, you have your own weaknesses. We are 50-50. We have the good areas, we have the bad areas. So when you are pointing one finger at your spouse, 4 other fingers are pointing back to you. So don't be fast in judging her, to send her home to her people, to abandon her, to go for another woman. And don't be so fast to judge your husband, to reject him, to abandon him, to bench him, and to go out for others. Remember, we are 50-50. Another thing that will help you to cover up is that we are on assignment in our lives. Whatever weakness you see in your spouse, you are there to brighten it up. Because God is the perfect matchmaker. The area you're weak as my husband may be the area I am strong. Very, very good at. And the area that I am weak as a wife may be the area that my husband is perfect in. So God purposefully brought us together to sharpen one another, to carry ourselves along this life race, to cover up. So don't be so fast. Don't be so fast to expose your spouse. What did Jacob did? When he uncovered Leah and discovered, he covered up again and served yet another 7 years to have the Rachel he loved. What is that Leah you have discovered in your wife, in your husband? Why not cover up? Because there is still the Rachel you love in her. There is still the Rachel you love in him. It takes serving. It takes serving. We need to work on ourselves. This is the third one. The first one is to know that we should not judge fast because we have our own weaknesses. Number 2 is that we are there on assignment. And number 3 is that you are the only one close by that hears my breath as my husband and that hears my breath as my wife and knows how to fit in properly if you can take it up to serve. I believe that God will touch our hearts to learn from this day to cover up. Your wife is yours. Your wife is you. Your husband is you. When you expose him or her, you are exposing yourself. So many of us have complicated issues. The only thing is to seek for alternative. Then the alternative is, why not draw closer to that wife of yours and draw closer to that husband of yours for us to rectify issues and treat our yesterdays. Yes. When we do that, I believe that healing will start. Go close and say, honey, please, my dear husband, in any way I have misunderstood you in the time past, please forgive me. In any way I have handled you wrongly because of your weaknesses, which I know. Without knowing that I have my own, please forgive me. Do the same to your wife. And I believe that God will help us. So this teaching is still aiming at reconciliation. God has given us the mission of reconciliation. Healing has begun. When you learn to cover, when you uncover, discover, please cover again. The same thing is applicable in parenting our children. We don't expose our children anyhow, but many parents have done it. But I believe that God can still help us to correct every of our wrong impressions. Stay tuned at Home Builder, and I believed that our subsequent teachings and lessons will open our eyes more and give us tips that will help us to navigate through our marital relationship and our family relationship as well. I love you. Please, do me a favor to follow me squarely. Always share with others. Subscribe. Bring your comments. Be free to ask your questions in this platform. You are all welcome. I love you all, and I care for you. Stay tuned. Join me to build our home. Ignite, strengthen, and sustain your marriage. God bless us. Bye.